everything you just described is, sitting, or it's already, it was never ever anybody's.
And that there is not anyone's.
Just talking and seeking.
Yeah. Whatever, however, everything. Lock, stock, and two smoking barrels, baby. Every but, every whatever, everything.
That's why there's never ever any value to anything.
Value can appear to be attributed, yeah, but yeah.
Value is never, it's not a value as me sees it. Me sees it. It's not really a value. It's something, tea. One is coffee, one is tea.
Yeah, it seems to be like a navigational system almost. To make this real and safe, so words become things and real, and I am real, and there's a world that's real, and everything is real. But that's a kind of a story, it's just freedom is whatever is happening. And what's been said maybe is that there's no one doing it. And there never was. Everything though, the seeking, everything. There's never anyone doing anything. There's no state to be reached. You can't catch this. There's no arrival zone. It's just what is, and within that, it's everything and anything.
There becomes a fear that if you bring the thought back to be like appropriate or for question or answer or communication, it will drag you back into me.
Yeah. And there's just that fear appearing then. That's what it is then. You're just not doing that. You're not already. So those words there appearing about that fear, there's the fear that I can do it wrong and that I lose it. But I had it there for an hour and I've lost it again, and I'll never get it back. But what this is saying is you're not doing that already.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't get close to this. You can't get far away from it. You can't have it. You can't not have it. You're not. And yet, look, wow. It is the thought, I just lost it. It is that. I had it, I just lost it. It is that. You can't do this wrong. You can't do it right. You're not doing it.
But this, what you just said, seems to be understandable somehow. And I think that is the mind tries to understand it, and it can somehow, but there is, well, I heard this sense of bodily feeling that you are no one, and that's not understandable. You know what I mean?
The mind can never make sense of its own attempt to make sense, or that it understands it. You know, the mind can appear like it understands it or knows it, or there's a thought of, I get this, but the mind can never make sense of the sensing of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're not even doing the understanding.
No.
Yeah.
Never lost, never found.
And compassion is not necessary.
Not necessary for what? Or what do you, I mean, compassion may appear like it's happening, you know, not really sure. Not necessary for what? There's nothing not necessary or necessary.
Yeah, I had too much Buddhist teachings.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, teachings are a real killer, because it then makes it seems like it can be learned or it can be got to.
yeah, and that I have to be compassionate.
Yeah.
That I have to be that. That's the main problem. Yeah, there's
To
no
be
problem.
good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even when the dog eats your shoes and craps on the wall and all those things, compassion. Yeah. It's always pure, isn't it? It's always an ideal, a fixed ideal of what it can be. It's always a ladder, really. It's always an amazing way to be, you know, pure and divine. Can't be the crap, can't be getting hammered, can't be the freedom of going out and drinking too much and getting a hangover. So it's always something to learn to get there, and that can become exhausting.
Yes. Yes.
Utterly exhausting, yeah. And something just not quite right about it. In the freedom, all the while the birds bird and the grass grows and the human tries to be better, a better me. That's the movement. And I suppose this is saying there's no one doing that. There's no one trying to be better. Not drink the pints, stay away from the chocolate, exercise, be healthy, do yoga, you know, do the Course in Miracles over and over again. There's a book with Osho's Book of Secrets, and I think there's 1,000 in there of meditations, and he says something like, if if you don't find one of these meditations that'll work for you, then enlightenment's not for you. But it just relies on the idea that there is someone that can arrive and someone has acquired. Somebody's got the beautiful steak, the house, the car, and has got peace. And so it can fall apart. There is no one that can have any of those. Can be the falling apart, but then ideas of falling apart and all those can fall apart. everything can fall apart. Even love dies, and all there is love. Woohoo! What do you mean by that? It's totally free, you see. It's totally free. And in a way, that can be the loving relief of it. Although it can feel safe. Good Lord, give me something to do. Jesus, give me something to do, because nobody will do it better than me. Me will work, you know what I mean? Some of us are more focused than others. Still all the while, I nearly had it there. I nearly had it there. Imagine you never did a thing.
Could it be said that it is just a story, that whole world is a stage, that this is just a story and everything is storytelling? How do you feel with that?
Yeah, liberation. This is it. Saying this is it is the story, you know, because it's not an it of this, but stories are told, and that's how it is. I like the idea, you know, there's certain sentences. I always loved the idea of the world as a stage, and it's beautiful. But then that's appearing, and that's what's been heard, and that's liked or not liked, that's dismissed, or, you know, but it's just what's happening then. Beautiful words, not beautiful words. A bald Irishman saying this is it. You know, might as well, it isn't anything, and yet somehow.
I ask because I just graduated from storytelling course for 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah, I have now the license to tell a story.
Oh, wait. Okay, go for it. But yeah, I think the last story, in a way, you could, this is a story, but you could say the last story is the hearing that there's no one, and the idea of liberation or loss of self, and that there is, yeah, that's the last story. And then stories just go on, whatever happens is happening. It's not really the last story, but yeah. End of stories. It's still, Jesus, I love a good story. It's the seeing through of stories, and yet, you know, fully engaged in the story, whatever that is, it's just what's happening. I like the sentence, we are the story makers. It's just a draft. We are the meaning makers, it seems too. Everything is meaning. Meaning. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
I feel stuck by this message because I feel I'm here, but I don't want to be here. But the message says that's what's happening.
Yeah, feeling stuck is what is appearing to happen, that I am getting nowhere with this message. And in a way, that's kind of the message, just keeps saying, you're not doing that. Already there's no one. And it can appear like it's a, yeah, but I am here. Yeah, but I am here. And that's felt, it's real, it's not just an idea, it's I'm really not getting anywhere with this. I've just, I can feel like maybe bashing the head against the wall and all of those, whatever is being described, and fully as that. So it's fully that then. That's what's happening. Fully the feeling of stuck, the frustration of that.
Yeah, I hate that.
Mm. Yeah, it seems like this can be known because words are used. So then it must be something that can be known and understood. Then if a mouth is talking about this, then it has to be the case that he's got something. So always when there is someone operating the system, you can only see someone who is saying words and knows something, and yet somehow then within that there's still this gravitational and then this sharing together is, I suppose, that there's no one doing that. And there's no one doing the butting. There's no one doing the frustration. There's no one doing the, I feel stuck now. And that's not good enough or whatever. Nobody doing that. And yet, that's what's being described. That's what's happening then. It's not a denial of that. It's not a rejection of what you appear to be saying. It's just what it is then. And it seems like the response is that there's nobody doing that, nobody doing the frustration. Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
Take it easy, everyone.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
again.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Take
you.
it easy. Take it any way you get it.
Thank